Mark Syrus, while we've got you, this is our first chance we've chatted with you since you were recognised as SA Police Officer of the Year, and in particular this was because of your long involvement with Operation Flinders. Tell us a bit more about why you're involved in that project.
Oh yeah, look, it was a big week a few weeks ago. So I've been very fortunate to be nominated as a Police Officer of the Year, which I'm very humbled, but I really accept the fact that members of the community have recognised my aspects of volunteering with Operation Flinders. So Operation Flinders is a program that deals with youth, and we take them up the Flinders Ranges for a 8-day period where we camp, we walk about 100 kilometres, we learn a few life skills, and do some fun activities like abseiling. But the whole program is all about trying to disconnect with modern society for a short period of time and just have a little bit of wilderness therapy.
And is it also something that I guess helps to break down perceptions, maybe amongst at-risk youth about police, and just being able to be alongside of them, see the everyday people that you can communicate with fairly freely?
Oh, look, it is. During that 8 days, we have a group of 10 youth, and so we basically put a backpack on, and we start walking. And we walk to designated locations every night, and we sleep rough. They have to set up their own camps, their own hutchies. They have to cook their own meals on a fire, clean up, and prepare for the next day. And there's a lot of time to reflect. And I go as a team leader, so I sort of guide the team over that 8-day period. But a lot of the times they don't actually ask. They're probably a little bit self-absorbed with what they're going through at the moment, but they never really ask what you do for a job. But at the end of it, I always sort of say, I'm a police officer, and they're actually quite surprised. So, we have a catch-up probably about 3 or 4 weeks after the exercise with the group, and it's always just to see how they're going. And it's a good program, and I've been very fortunate enough to find an area which I can volunteer in my time, and that's with young people. Yeah, it's a great program. I've been involved in about 27 years, so hopefully my knees and back hold out. I'd like to chuck a few more years into that.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic. Just before I let you go on that one, I guess having been involved that length of time, have you noticed, young people are glued to their mobile phone screens these days, have you noticed a deterioration in, I guess, those life skills, survival skills in the young people over the journey?
Look, Ricky, a really good question. And I've, over those years, yes, with the mobile phones, it's about that connecting to society. And I know people say that the younger people have got it a lot easier than what we used to. I actually disagree with that. I think the pressures of young people are so much more nowadays because they are connected all the time. So they don't have their mobile phones on them. And when we were younger, if we'd had problems at school, at 3 o'clock or 3:30 when you left home, you wouldn't have to deal with that. Until the next day. But nowadays, everyone's just connected all the time with social media. So up on the exercise, they don't have mobile phones. There's no mobile phone coverage. And after a very, very short period of time, they don't even ask about their mobile phones. And I always ask them about day 3 or 4, do they miss their phones? And the answer always is no. And they like the fact that they don't have to hear or see what's happening back home in their lives. So, it's quite an interesting thing, but as soon as they get back on the bus, the mobile phones come out and it's back to normal.
They're no different to the rest of us, I think. Superintendent Mark Syrus, thanks for sharing that. Great insights about Operation Flinders and your volunteering there. Thanks for joining us today on Flow.
Thanks, Ricky.